Jai Baba. This morning, I was thinking about what I was going to read today, and I realized that so many of my poems have to do with a couple themes. Dreaming, dreams, and the relationship between the lover and beloved. So I'm going to read two brief discourses from Baba, one to begin before the first poem, and then one just before a poem later in today's reading. So this brief discourse is from the end of Stay with God by Francis Brabazon, and it's at the end, as I say, it's at the end of Stay with God. It's titled Dreaming and Dreaming. When you sleep and dream, you experience association with people, speaking with them and doing actions in relation to them. See all manner of objects in your surroundings and feel happiness or unhappiness in regard to them all. Where do all these people and objects come from? Not from outside yourself, but from within you. You create them for your own experiencing, and no one but you sees, knows about, and experiences what you are seeing, knowing, and experiencing. They exist only for you. In like manner, you are sitting in this room, seeing these other persons and the objects in the room. And in like manner, no one but you is seeing them and experiencing them. That is, seeing and experiencing them as you are seeing and experiencing them. They exist solely for you and have come from nowhere but from within you. You have created them for your experience of them. What is called your awake state, your daily life, with all its associations and experiences, is only you dreaming, and in your dream, creating all the persons and objects in that dreaming for your experience of them. What is called your dreaming when asleep is but another dream within this dream. When you awake from your asleep dreaming into your awake dream, you know that the asleep dreaming was only a dream. When you awake from your awake dreaming, you will know that you are the sole creator of both the dreams, and all the people, objects, and situations contained in them, that they existed only in you, and were for no one but you, and were nothing but dream experiences of your own dreaming, and that you alone have real existence. When real light appears, this darkness, which you think is light, disappears. And this first one I think I wrote on Thanksgiving morning, and it's titled Bountiful Giver, a poem of thanksgiving. The bounty is on the table. The Lord stands before us, his arms reaching into the seventh heaven. his smile broader than any sea or ocean. We sit, stand, kneel, recline. We partake in the gift given. Some recall those no longer present. Others call brothers, sisters, parents, uncles, aunts, grannies and grandpas, nephews, nieces, children, grandchildren, great and not so great, and even less so, loved ones, lovers, and friends. Everyone remembers someone. Everyone loves someone. Even if they do not know it, they will remember someone. They do love someone. You are smiling at this great feast. You have gathered every soul here. And for each one, there is a gift you will give, or have given, or are giving, no matter small or large, young or old, idiot or savant, sinner or saint, rich or poor. Your blessings descend on all. Even if no one knows, even if no one can receive, your blessings are always there. Dreamscape. I tell myself many things. It is the time of dreams. I am wandering in a strange land. No one looks familiar. No one bothers to look at me. I walk from one landscape into another, almost like I am in a spacious art museum. Walking into the sea in one, up a mountain in the next. I walk and walk, despite the fact my knee and hip prevent me from walking. But in this dream, I happily walk, moving freely here and there. Among the things I tell myself, nothing is real here. Someday I will walk out of here. I must keep going. I come to a place that is monochrome. The sun must be behind the clouds. The population must be in their homes. There is no sound, and the horizon seems infinite. I stop walking and suddenly remember I am dreaming. I call your name. The landscape dissolves like fog dissipating. I open my eyes and see only you, as far as the eye can see. Upside down. The world is turned upside down. Strange sicknesses and illnesses abound. Every perversion is accepted and celebrated. People are locked in their homes from the outside. The unnatural has become natural. The politicians revel in lies and deceit. The water and food stocks are engineered. The pharmaceutical companies rule the airwaves. What country is not at war? Bombs are sold to the highest bidder. Every day old countries die. New ones are stillborn. Some countries are at war with themselves. The world is a container become full. The umbrella is spinning. The Tower of Babel is babbling. The wick of righteousness is hidden. Tukaram says, sit back and watch the show. The tamasha unfolds before our eyes. The lover holds on to the beloved. All will be well, and we will be happy. Another sage says, it just happens. The expression he used to describe his worldly experience. Whether the skies fall or remain in place, the beloved is always with us. You, beloved. You, beloved, are ever present. Your fragrance unfolds like the petals of a rose. You, beloved, are like the rays of the sun, caressing and kissing the waiting, patient earth. You, beloved, are the bountiful one. You give without question. You give without measure. You give to each and all alike. You, beloved, are infinitely merciful. When the mood strikes you, you make a man forget his past. You make a sinner a sadhu. You, beloved, are the adoring Father. You see all your creation as a playground. You watch over all your children. You intervene when you see fit. You, beloved, are omnipresent. You are always here and there. You send breezes through your lover's hair. You appear as an oasis to the man dying of thirst. You, beloved, are the fulfiller of your lover's innermost desire. You illumine his path to your arms. All the stars in the galaxies cannot provide what the light of your eyes dispenses. I know you know. I sit on the sofa, looking out the window. Anita hums a tune I slowly recognize. It don't come easy. You know, it don't come easy. As she ascends the stairs, I begin smiling. The house becomes quiet, silent. I am aware of your presence. The moment expands, and I am caught in its bubble. Gradually, I come back to wherever I was. You have said, don't expect anything to be easy. Life will be full of problems, and the world even more so. I know, you know, I know this. You know, I know, you know. We are always like this. Every night, I tell you who is sick, who needs help. I go into detail. I picture you listening. I don't ask for anything for myself. What can I possibly say? You who know me better than I know myself. What can I possibly ask of you? As the day reaches its inevitable conclusion, light leaking away and the darkness descending, I tell you something I've never said before. Maybe it's just the pillow caressing my cheek. I tremble, close my eyes, and cross a luminous horizon. Remembering. My friends call to tell me their health hardships. After 3/4 of a century, their lists grow longer. I listen as best I can. Some are straightforward. Others are humorous. Yesterday, one friend was very serious. He told me of smoothies, formulas, vitamins he took to keep dementia at bay. His concern was that he would forget you. His home has your photos everywhere. I asked him if he still looked at them. He told me he did, and I told him he was remembering. He seemed reassured and told me so. He then told me an intricate joke. The punchline was delivered with perfect timing. I told him he did not have dementia. I walked to the kitchen to get a glass of water. I tripped over the edge of the carpet. For a moment I teetered. For a second I tottered. I called out your name. Standing there, I thought of your 2 accidents. East and west. The blood spilled and suffering thereafter. You gave all and everything for your creation. You give all and everything to your lovers. Next week I will have my semi-annual checkup and other checkups and tests as well. I will be asked if I fell down recently. I smile to myself. I know how I will answer. Stumbling, fumbling, but not yet falling. Giver of eternal life. The blade of a sword, arrows in back, pestilence, drowning, hanging, firestorm, blown up, riddled with bullets, asphyxiated by ash, disease, illness, starvation. 1,000,001 ways I have died. Variations and permutations, and so on, and on, and on, and on. An almost endless litany of inescapable conclusions. Dream beginning and dream ending. A door closes, another opens. The poem seeking to breathe life into that which can't sustain it. The poor man passes, the rich man expires. Everyone succumbs. Sinner, saint, perfect master, all come and go. When was anyone less by doing so? You said we never die. Only the blessed ones die and become one with God. Death is never the last word. Never fear. Always welcome death when it comes. There is something infinitely greater. The grass is green and then brown. The flower blooms and wilts. The fish jumps into the net. The cat and dog wandering off into the wilderness. The old and infirm looking skywards. Cycle upon cycle, age after age, beauty born, beauty revealed, beauty and more beauty, everything revealing you, your hand, your love, you beloved, you Baba, 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 you the promised light of the ambrosial dawn, you giver of eternal life. This presence. For several days it has been overcast. The temperature seasonal, so they say. I am spending more time in my chair. I am neither here nor there. There is no time when we are together. This intimacy has always existed. The beloved comes and my mind goes. This presence is such sweet incense. A seam of light momentarily transfixes me. I realize I have been daydreaming. I am sitting on a porch so far away. I have been listening to a choir of angels. Maybe it is the time of year when silence and hush are made manifest. There is a gnawing, aching hole inside me. I hear the caravan's distant bells. I reach out above the gathering darkness, my hands folded together, searching for light. I hear an ancient music. It comes from a vastness beyond my ken. It fills me with you. There is nothing else. There is no time when we were not together. This intimacy has always been. Now, this next one, I'm going to just mention I was going to read a second discourse, and this one is just as profound as the one on Dreaming. In fact, it's the first one in the Everything and the Nothing book. It's the lover and the beloved. And I think of these words just about every day. It's so profound, and it's sheer music and sheer poetry. God is love, and love must love. And to love, there must be a beloved. But since God is existence infinite and eternal, there is no one for him to love but himself. And in order to love himself, he must imagine himself as the beloved, whom he as the lover imagines he loves. Beloved and lover implies separation. And separation creates longing. And longing causes search. And the wider and the more intense the search, the greater the separation, and the more terrible the longing. When longing is at its intensest, separation is complete. And the purpose of separation, which was that love might experience itself as lover and beloved, is fulfilled, and union follows. And when union is attained, the lover knows that he himself was all along the beloved, whom he loved and desired union with. That all the impossible situations that he overcame were obstacles which he himself had placed in the path to himself. To attain union is so impossibly difficult because it is impossible to become what you already are. Union is nothing other than knowledge of oneself as the only one. This is titled Love Must Love. You and I, day and night, light and darkness, sun and storm, fire and ice, thick and thin, rose and thorn, kiss and kick, moth and flame, bee and honey, tears and laughter, joy and pain, exultation and anguish, footless and headless, helpless and hopeless, always and forever, here and now, lover and beloved, and love must love. Now this next one I wrote last week. And the first half of this poem has to do with an experience when I was 7 years old. And I'll never forget it. And so I put it into this poem. And then the second part of the poem has to do with a dream I had that the night before I wrote this poem, in which Baba appeared. I was standing at this long hall, and Baba was at the other end of the hall. And Baba had his arms out like this, and I just went to him, tried to go to him in the dream. So you'll see what happens in the poem. This is titled Silent Night. I had just finished dinner with family. The snow falling fast outside the bay window. I put on my boots and walked into another world. I was 7, and I never came back. There was a full moon behind the clouds. The sky was glowing, illuminating each flake descending. There were no other footprints on my path. The evening was pristine. I still remember it so. I heard my name called this silent night. I looked toward the Campbells and the O'Malleys. The voice familiar, loving, intimate. I knew right then it had to be you. The years since have been both cruel and kind. I accept all that comes my way. People, places, things may change. But you, dear, never do. You remain the same. Last night I stood at the end of a long corridor. I saw you at the other end, your arms outstretched. I made it my goal to get to you. As I walked the long hall, doors open and closed. People were everywhere, a million distractions. Every face looked familiar. Each had a name. So many stories. I forgot where I was going. When I woke up, I felt disappointed. My day went along a familiar track. Calls answered, conversations beginning and ending. Tonight, just before sleep took me, I heard your sweet, silent voice calling me, your arms reaching out to me at the end of that long, long hall. And then this one was from yesterday, titled, You Are Here. Before I rise from my bed, before I take your name, you are here. You are here with me. Always Baba, always ready for come what may. You are my dawn. You are the washcloth on my face. You are my eggs and oatmeal. You are my water and my glass. You are the love notes from grandchildren, the footsteps on the stairs, the friend's knock on the front door, the telephone waiting to be rung. You are the colors about to be drawn, the light at the end of the tunnel, the squirrel squirreling away his day, the child's laugh for no reason at all. You are the cardboard sign of the homeless. You are the bell ringing in the wilderness. You are the sound no one hears. You are the answer to every question. Before I turn off the light at night, before I take your name one last time, you are already here. You are my blanket, ready to tuck me in. That's it for today. J-Mom.